second route and to try to make things better for our son and other children with autism. I've been very, very active in developing different organizations as a co-founder of a group called FEED, Families for Early Autism Treatment in Sacramento, which now has dozens of chapters around the country. So family support and families and parents taking action to help their children.
Right. And we didn't even mention that you're co-founder of the Mind Institute, which is that based in Sacramento?
It is, and that's one of my prouder accomplishments. Myself and 3 other dads got together and decided it was time that we needed an institute to look at the causes of autism, develop effective treatments, and hopefully a cure someday for autism and preventing autism in the future. And the good folks at UC Davis donated some land at the UC Davis Med Center in Sacramento, and I was able, through my contact with the legislature, having worked there for 2.5 decades, and the work of the other dads, to create what is now the largest institution anywhere in the world dedicated solely for finding the causes and treatments and a cure for autism and other neurodevelopmental disorders.
So that's really encouraging for people who are just your average family, who
Sure.
have, you know, because you were just an average family, who had 2 sons, one of which was autistic, and you took that and then decided that you were going to make something out of that, and that there, you know, someone may have another disability in their family, and who knows what could come in the future. I mean, you know, it takes parents like you that say, I'm not giving up, but I'm going forward, and, you know, that you're going to make the world better instead of, you know, just wallowing in it.
Well, I think a great example of how far we've come in a relatively short period of time here. Back in 1998 and 99, when the Mind Institute was created, the federal government was spending about $5 million total a year on autism research. That was far less than they were spending on things like sleep disorder research. Today, hundreds of millions of dollars are being spent on research into autism, trying to find effective treatments, find the causes, and the development of programs for our kids. So, you know, we've
it's
come.
Encouraging.
It is encouraging. We've got a long way to go, but, you know, we've finally, I think, got the boat right at this point.
Steering in the right direction.
Right direction, away from the refrigerator mother and away from the idea that this is a rare genetic disease. But there are more than one type of autism, and we need to find out what's going on and do everything we can to prevent it from happening in the future, but also for those thousands and thousands of kids today, develop really effective treatments and to help them have the best quality of life possible.
Right. I wish we had a whole bunch of time with you, because this is so fascinating.
Thank you.
Since you have given us so much and we have learned a little bit about the world of autism, I would like to show our video from Abilities United.
I'd love to see it.
And see what the world of disabilities is to us.
Terrific. Thank you.
So let's take a look.
Well, when Abilities United started, there were no community services for people with developmental and physical challenges. It made it possible for them to be present in their own community, so that services began in the community where they lived, and they were able to be part of the community. We can really help the community to accept and embrace people who are different, who have developmental challenges, so that they can contribute and be part of the community in which they live and work. There's our aquatic services, which provides a wide range of services for all members of the community who can benefit from warm water therapy. The children's services, which provide early intervention and preschool services and therapy for children birth to 5. We also provide a lot of family support services, because parents with a child with a disability need lots of support. They have a lot to deal with, and so we provide trained staff to go into the family home and work with the child to give the parents a break so that they can get on with things that they need to do. The adult services we provide are very extensive. Large number of people are now employed in the community because of our employment program.
I generally put away dishes and I wipe up tables and windowsills. Occasionally I'll do trash, you know.
And we also help people gain independent living skills so that they can live and work very successfully in the community, knowing how to do that, knowing how to budget and cook and all the things that we take for granted. They have to learn in a very detailed way, and we provide that support.
Every day I learn how to take care of myself. Well, I want to stay healthy, and I want to keep up the good work.
As well as the Community Connections program, where our adult participants are going out into the community providing volunteer services to other nonprofits that we partner with.
Every week when you come, I know that I can count on having a certain amount of work done.
Some of the activities are folding cards that we send out to donors, and they're stuffing them. They've cleaned brushes. They shred, and we're starting to think about having them clean the tables and after camps and after art classes.
I was a little apprehensive about doing this until I met with you and your group beforehand. And you guys dispelled a lot of the myths that typically go on with adults with disabilities. And come to realize it works fantastic. And as long as they've got some set rules and set instructions to do, they are fantastic. And I would say they're as good, if not better, than some of the other volunteers we've got because of that reason.
Oh, I love to see that video because it.
Very nice.
It just, and even after talking to you, it's really a hard subject to deal with, is the topic of having a child with a disability. But, you've given us such hope, and, you're a real beacon for what the future can bring. If you could, in the short time that we have, just say, what as an agency, what could we be doing real quickly for the future?
Well, I think the transition from this huge number of children that we have with autism moving into adolescence and adulthood is going to be a tremendous challenge on all of us. We need to start developing those programs in residential settings and lifestyles that will meet the needs of these individuals.
Yeah, I think that that's so important.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate you taking the time. It's been very eye-opening.
Thank you for having me.
And I'd like to thank you all for joining us here at Abilities United Community Connections. There is always hope around the corner. Thank you for joining us.